Investigation Discovery's upcoming series, My Strange Criminal Addiction, profiles bizarre behaviors that spun out of control and propelled regular people into a life of crime. Addiction specialist and show consultant Dr. Mike Dow is here to talk about the show, as well as discuss the triggers for these compulsive behaviors and when to be alarmed if someone you know could be spiraling. Good morning, Dr. Dow. So great to have you on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
We are so happy to have you on the show this morning. So, people with strange addictions, they're all around us, and this show is really going to give viewers a peek at these compulsive behaviors, and they can actually be harmless at first, but then you can end up kind of traveling down a road that you don't necessarily want to go down. Can you walk us through the show and what is happening with these addictions and with these people and these stories?
Yeah, it's really fascinating. So what we did to take you on this journey, we scoured the country for the worst, most extreme, most outrageous cases, things that you would read in the newspaper, like man arrested for the 50th time for rubbing up against strangers in the subway, or man arrested for performing illegal castrations in his S&M dungeon, or man arrested for drinking urine again and breaking into restrooms and creating these elaborate urine capturing devices from urinals. And we read these stories and we said, wow, people want to really find out a little bit more. So we interviewed these people. Some of them are anonymous, some of them still in prison, but we really are going to tell you the story. We're going to show you how it started. A lot of times it started with something, very innocent. For example, the guy who's a diaper fetishist who loves wearing dirty diapers. It started when he was a little boy playing house with the next door neighbor, and they weren't allowed to touch the clean diapers, so they would get diapers out of the trash. Now, as an adult, he is actually breaking into houses and has been arrested for trying to get those dirty diapers, because that compulsion, that addiction has gotten to that point that he is willing to take these insane risks to most people, but to these people, it's just so strong and they can't control themselves. So that's what you will see. Some of the most outrageous cases, you're going to see that journey, and I think you will be shocked at what you're going to see.
Diapers. I have to admit, I'm kind of making a face while I'm listening to these strange addictions. Yuck. So these are true stories and real addictions that we're talking about, right?
Oh yeah, every one of these cases is absolutely real. Every person on the show has been arrested, incarcerated at least once for their strange criminal addiction. So these are all very real. And that shock, that disgust, that what factor, you're probably going to have that almost on every story we tell you. We are going to feature 3 cases every night. It airs Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Investigation and Discovery. You're going to see these cases, and you're going to probably have that ick factor. You're going to have that, I want to look away, but I just can't look away, sort of like you're driving down the freeway and there's an accident on the other side. You got to stop and slow down. But, I also believe that, I tell these stories with compassion and understanding, and you're also going to understand why these people are the way that they are.
Well, and we're talking about someone's strange addiction, but you're right, for some reason it is hard to look away. Why do you think that viewers get so attached and so addicted to watching these stories play out on TV and just get so tuned in?
I think there is that factor of, I can't believe that this is real. And you just get pulled in, and you just have to see the story. You have to see what happened to these people. Because, yeah, these are real stories. We have not only the people themselves, but we have the police officers who are going to tell you what it was like to go into a dungeon and open a freezer and find human testicles that have been illegally removed by this S&M master who was asked to perform these illegal surgeries. You just can't help yourself. You're going to want to hear these stories, and you're going to want to see why these people are the way that they are.
Okay, now, Dr. Dow, what would you say is the goal here? Because, I mean, we're talking about grown men and grown women with these addictions. Are you able to help break them from these addictions? Is that kind of the goal of the show? I mean, why document this and go through this?
The goal of the show is to, I'll give you an example of why we really did this show. And there's a case you're going to see identical twins who both have been arrested for rubbing up against strangers, unsuspecting women in the New York City subway. It's sort of a cautionary tale. So one identical twin got clean and sober, stopped his behavior even though he's been arrested, and moved to rural America. He is now living a happy, successful life. The other brother could not stop, and he is now going to serve up to a life sentence in prison. So in some cases, you're going to see a happy ending, and you're also going to see the worst case scenario ending. And maybe you're somebody at home, and maybe your addiction isn't that strange, but maybe there's something, whether it's cigarettes, or it's food, or it's too much coffee, or texting while you're driving, and you're gonna, I don't know, maybe see something, some small part of the story that you can relate to. Maybe you're somebody like our woman who is addicted to shoplifting food so that she can binge eat it, who is also bulimic and anorexic. Maybe you're going to see a little part of that emotional eating in yourself, and maybe you're going to want to get clean and sober in the new year. So I think that's the other part, is that you're going to see a little piece of something in one of these stories at least that you can relate to.
Yeah, I completely understand that. Very interesting. So, all right, when and where can we tune in to see these strange criminal addictions?
My Strange Criminal Addiction airs 10 p.m. Eastern Pacific on Investigation Discovery.
Dr. Dow, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing some of these incredible stories. Maybe we look forward to tuning in and being pulled in like everybody else. So thank you so much. We're going to have more on My Strange Criminal Addictions posted to our website. All you have to do is log on to fox4morningblend.com.
Wow, I'm kind of speechless there. Wow. All right, up next, we put a spotlight on painkillers. Hear one man's near-death experience and find out why he is on a mission to help others.